Hi. The week that has just passed by is very spectacular, is very special because we've seen great numbers in the Indian market and also in the US market. Indian market has crossed Nifty 30,000 plus and Sensex 44,000 plus. And US market also has seen the highest numbers ever. And companies like Tesla has uh, shown a spectacular performance. They've become the number two company in the world now. And in India, the scenario is that there's been some profit taking on Thursday, but generally the market is may consolidate the next 2 to 3 months. And the inflow of FII into the Indian market in November is unparalleled, something like 60,000 crores plus. So everything is pointing towards a bull run uh, into the next year or maybe the years to come. As it has been predicted, next 25 years is going to be very important for India. A transition from a slow growth economy into a high growth economy, and full dose of capitalism is going to come into play, especially with the decision to have corporate involvement in the banking sector. Corporates might own banks, which is a detour from the 1970s, the nationalization of the banks and stuff like that. So we are going to see pure capitalism into play. Of course, the conservative people are objecting towards that, but we have seen the public sector banks have been looted by the business people, and private sector banks are doing well because the scrutiny is very high. The chance of corruption is generally minimal. So, why shouldn't there be private banks with corporate participation? This needs to be deliberated. There are differing views on this, but once we are stepping into capitalism, big time, all these things come into play. The the certainty regarding the next government in America, the Democratic government, has sent positive signals to the market. The news about the COVID vaccine hitting the market maybe December or maybe within March, a lot of companies will be in the market marketing the COVID vaccine. That's going to impact the COVID scenario of the world. So these two factors possibly have pushed in a lot of optimism into the market. There are people dying of COVID, of course, and the world figures are almost going to touch 1% of the whole population. So it is there, but it looks that the world has factored that into people are dying, but life goes on, and the employment figures of India seems to have touched the pre-COVID level. That's another good indicator, and we had seen the GST collection of October, something like 1 lakh crore. So things are slowly coming back to normalcy. And the situation at the border continues to be grim with China going in for a big time preparation, aiming at an aggression, possibly, like bunkers and stuff like that. So that's going to bring in India into the loop of the democratic nations like US, Europe, UK, Japan, Israel. So India is going to be the key player. If there is a direct conflict with China, India is going to be a key player, and Indian Ocean is going to be very important, where people can stranglehold China at the Malacca Straits. So it's going to be India centric. Uh, and as I was mentioning, India is going to be the hub of pharmaceutical companies and also medical research. So it's going to be an India centric story in the coming years. And it's been said that next 25 years is going to be very crucial for India. Market is buoyant. There could be corrections and profit taking time to time, but this is something even surprised me because with the second wave of COVID in Europe and America, I mean, I was under the impression that could be a lot of caution in the market, and the doomsayers were very active in the market, stating that the market is going to crash, dollar is going to weaken, uh, there's going to be a depression, just like in the 1929. But market is surging ahead. It's a bull run, and there's been a situation whereby China had withdrawn something like $9 billion from the American Treasury bonds. That's just a signal, and we can expect more like that. Where China is trying to create supremacy. They have formed a trade body with 15 nations, which represents 30% of the population and 30% of the GDP. And there will be every effort from China to make the currency very, very strong, to be a dominant factor in the financial market, to counter and challenge the dollar. And we need to watch. And right now, it's a bull phase of the market. This is actually making all the predictions of the doomsayers wrong. So let's keep watch very closely. Thank you very much.